Hey guys, this is Subhash Mishra, your test coach. Today we will learn how to handle dropdowns in Selenium WebDriver. In our previous videos, we have seen how to handle checkbox, how to handle radio buttons in Selenium. So when you will test or automate any web application, you will come across a dropdown which you need to automate. So we'll see how to do it through Selenium. This is also very important from your interview perspective. So let's start. So the first thing is, what is dropdown? Let me show you in our automationpractice.com website. So if you will go to this automationpractice.com and if you will sign in, let me enter the email address and password, then sign in. So here you will see my personal information. So once you click on this my personal information, here you will find your personal information, right? So here you can see date of birth, right? So here you can see one drop down. So this drop down is, the field is date of birth. So this is your date. It contains from 1 to 30. You can select anything, right? 1, or you can select 14, or you can select 31. So it contains the value from 1 to 31. Similarly, this is the field for month. So all the 12 months are here. So you can select whichever you want, right? So this is a drop down from where you can select any value, right? Similarly, this is the year, right? So you can see all the years are noted here. You can put any year, that is your date of birth, right? So here we see 3 drop downs, right? So we can select our date, we can select our month, we can select our year. So now you understand at least, right, what is drop down and how it looks, right? So there are different types of drop down available. Majorly it is categorized into single select or multi select. So single select means it will allow you to select only one value. If it is multi select, then you can select multiple values. For example, here if you will able to select multiple values, then it will be a multi select drop down. But in this case you can select only one, because it is date of birth drop down, right? The date will be only one. So we have two types of drop down, one is single select and one is multi select. So Selenium WebDriver provides a class named as select class, which provides various methods to handle the drop down for both single select and multi select drop down. So we'll see what is this select class and how it works. Before to that, we'll see how the HTML looks for this drop down. Let me inspect this. Okay, so here is our HTML for that, right? So let me show you that. Okay, so if I'll click here and click here, so here you can see one select class, right? So here you are seeing one select class, select name equal to days, id equal to days, then class, then we are seeing different options 1 to till 31, right? So in HTML, the drop downs are generally implemented using the select tag, okay, and sometime it will be also input tag, okay. So to perform any operations on these drop downs, right, which are declared using this select HTML tag, Selenium WebDriver provides a class. And what is that class? That class is select class. So let's see how that select class looks. So we'll go to our Eclipse and we'll create a new class, okay, new class, and we'll name it as drop down, okay, public static void main. So let me copy the basic things from our previous class, okay. So till this personal info we'll copy. So if you want to understand what we have written here, you can watch our previous videos. All these videos are present in the playlist, so you can easily access it. Okay, so if you'll see here what we are doing, first thing is we are setting the property for our Chrome driver, then we are launching the Chrome driver, then we are maximizing it, then we are navigating to this automationpractice.com. Then here is our sign in button, we are clicking on the sign in button, then we are entering our email ID, then we are entering our password, then we are clicking on the submit button, then we are clicking on the personal info. So once we click on this personal info, then we will land in this page, right? So then only we can enter this date of birth, right? So we have already landed here. Now how we will find it? We will write some XPath, or we will use any other locator mechanism to identify it, right? So before to that, let's see what is this select class, how this select class looks. Okay, so simply you can do one thing, you can just write select. Okay, so I'll just create one object, select s is equal to new select class. Okay, let's see what it is. So here if you will see, it is telling to import select org.openqa.selenium.support.ui. Let's import it. So your select class is provided by that org.openqa.selenium.support.ui package of Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so now when we are creating one object, so let's see what is this error. It is telling the constructor select is undefined. So the select constructor is undefined, and to fix it we need to add some arguments. Okay, let's add this argument. Okay, so here if you'll see, right, so this argument, right, it took some argument, so it is the web element. Okay, it took this web element, we will use whatever web element we need, right? So it will take one web element. So if you want to see this constructor, you can go here. Okay, here you can see this is the select class which is implementing iSelect, and inside that this is our constructor which is taking one parameter web element type, and this is the element, right? So this is our constructor. So if you want to understand that, so select is the class and this is the constructor. Okay, so we can create an object of the select class by passing the object of the web element class, which shows the object returned by the corresponding locator of the web element. So in this case, whatever web element you are seeing, so this is not the right one, but we will create one more web element. So for example, web element, and here we'll tell drop down, and drop down for example days is equal to driver dot find element, then by dot xpath, and we will use this web element. So we'll pass this web element. Okay, fine. So we'll see, when we'll write the xpath, we'll put it here. So one more thing to understand here is select class provides various methods for handling these drop downs. So what are those methods? So let me show you all these methods. So if you just do s dot select, so here you can see, right, the first thing is select by index, then select by value, then select by visible text. So all these methods are provided by the select class. Even you can see some deselect all, deselect by index, deselect by value, all these are also part of select class. We'll see later. First we are seeing all select things, right? So what is this select by index, right? So the select by index is a method which will select the drop down option by its index number. Okay, we'll provide an integer value as an index number, okay, in the argument. So we'll see how to do it, right? So first what we will do, we'll try to find the XPath for this, right, this drop down. So let me inspect this. So here we are seeing id equal to days and select, right? So let me write it. So we'll write select, then id equal to days. So if you don't know how to write XPath, you can refer to our previous videos. Okay. So let me copy this and put it here. Okay. Then when I am telling, it will take by index, right? So index is I told index is a number, right? So we are seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the first, what is the first index? What is the second index? What is the third index? So for example, we want to take the first index, right? So we can give select by index, for example, 1. Similarly, if you again you want to give, right? So you can tell index by, for example, 15. Similarly, you can give index of 31. So it will give the last one, right? So let me put some sleep. So when we will execute, we will able to see. Okay. So I'll put some less time. Fine. So this is how your select by index works. Now we will learn about select by value method. So select by value method selects the drop down option by its value. We need to provide a string as an argument. So we'll see how to do it. So here for this date field we used select by index, and for this month field we will use select by value. Okay, so let's see how we can do it. So for that, first I will create one more web element. So I will write web element. Okay, then here we have given drop down days, right? So here I'll just write drop down month. Okay, is equal to, I'll just copy this. Okay, but we need to change this XPath, right? So let's see what is the XPath for this month. So we'll inspect. So here we are seeing ID equal to months, right? So let me just put it. Okay, it is matching. So here I'll just write months. Okay, then what we'll do, we'll again create one more object for the select class, right? So here we have created select yes. So yes is the object here. So let me put it s1, s1, here also s1, and here we will give s2. Okay, and what we'll do here, s2 dot select. So see, first we have used by index, now we'll use by value. Okay, and it will take a string as argument, right? So what string will pass here, that we need to see. This is important, right? Just see it. So here, right? So what is the value? So here you are seeing inside the select method there are few values, right? So you need to pass that. So value equal to 1, value equal to 2, value equal to 3. So if we'll give value as 1, it will select January. If we'll give 5, it will select May. If we'll give 12, it will select December. So let's see, let's do that. So first we'll give 1, and similarly we'll give some more like 5 and 12, and let me add some thread dot sleep so we can notice it when we are selecting it, right? Fine. So now we used select by value method, right? So what is next? So we'll use select by visible text. So select by visible text we will use for this year field, right? So what is the select by visible text method first? So select by visible text method enables to select one option from the drop down. You can also select multiple options based on the drop down text. Okay, so you need to pass the string value as an argument. So let's see how we will do it. So first what I will do, I'll just copy this much and we'll take another web element. So here the web element will be drop down year, right? Drop down year, and we need to find the XPath for that. So if I'll inspect, I see here ID as years, so we'll pass it years. Okay, fine. So we'll give years, and here what we'll do again, select S3. S3 is the object, then S3 dot select. First we have used by index, then by value. Now we are using by visible text. Okay, so what is the visible text we need to pass? Just notice, see, for when we are using by value, we are using this value. But if you want to use visible text, you should use this text, right? So just double click and see whatever is there, just copy it. So I don't know why some extra space is here, but whatever is there, I'm just copying it. Okay. Similarly, if you want to select some more year, so whatever you want to select, for example, you want to select 2000, I'll just copy randomly whatever is there. So there are some extra space. I really don't know why it is there. So I'm just copying and pasting it here. Similarly, if you want to select, for example, 1985, just copy it and paste it here. It should be exactly same because it is text. So if it will not same, then maybe it will not select, right? So now I'm putting some thread dot sleep, so it will wait and you will able to see it properly. Now we'll write driver dot close, so we'll close the browser. Fine. Now let's execute and see how it is working. Okay, how these three methods are working. So browser is launched. Now it should click on sign in button. It should enter the email address, password, and should click on sign in button. It should click on my personal information. Now it will select the date of birth, right? First it will select the date. So it should select 1 first. Yes, it's selected. Now it should be 15. 15 is selected. Now it should be 31st. 31st is selected. Now month should be selected, right? We have done some mistake, right? That's why it is happening. What is the mistake? I'll tell you. This is the copy paste mistake. Let me show you. Okay. So when we created this object, select S1 equal to new, select drop down days. This is fine, right? But when we created new object, we didn't change this. We should change it, right? We should pass it here. That's why it select whatever we have given. It took the web element for the days, right? That is the mistake. So similarly here also you pass drop down year. Okay, now you execute and see. So Chrome browser is launched and maximized. Clicked on sign in and it should enter email address, password, and again click on sign in button. It should click on my personal information. Now it should select date of birth first. Date should be selected as 1. Now 15. Now 31st. Now month should be selected, January, yes, then May, then December. Now year should be selected, 2021, then we have given 2000, I guess, yes, 2000, then 1985. Now browser should be closed. Okay, so whatever year we have given, 21, 2000, 1985, and here January, May and December, and here 1, 15 and 31. So all got selected. So we are able to select the values from the drop down, okay, using three different methods. One is selectByIndex, then selectByValue, then selectByVisibleText. So make sure you are passing the proper web element here, okay, else we'll face the issue, the whatever we faced, right? Fine. So one more thing is, select class also provides few methods to get options from the drop down. So if you want to check which values the drop down contains and what all values are selected in the drop down, then you can use all these methods. So what are these methods? So it provides some methods like getOptions, getFirstSelectedOption, getSelectedOptions. So you can use this method. So let's see how we can use this getOptions method or getFirstSelectedOption or getSelectedOptions. So let me show you. Okay. So for now, what I will do is I'll just comment out these things. So we don't need all these things. So maybe for this drop down days we'll use. Okay. So first method is getOptions, right? So what this getOptions method will do? So maybe sometime you need to get all the options in a drop down. So here if we will go, here we can see all the options, right, till 1 to 31, okay, or here it is 1 to 12. So you want to see what are the options available, right? So in that case you can use getOptions method. Okay, so what is the syntax, how you can use it? Let me show you, right? So here we have the web element drop down days, okay, and we are identifying through the XPath, and then we have the select class, select S1 equal to new select drop down days. We have given it here, right? We have created one object as S1. Now what you can do, you can write list of web elements, okay, list of web element, then you can tell options is equal to S dot, sorry, it is S1, right? S1 dot get options, right? Now if you want to see all the options, what we can do, we can just write a for loop. So for int I is equal to 0, then I can say I is less than, you can take the size. So options dot size, then I plus plus, then what we'll do, we'll write string s equal to options dot get of I dot get text, right? Then we can do a sysout, and here we can print yes. Now let me comment out this part, we don't need this, and let me execute. Selected. So now we can see here, right? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, everything till 31st we are able to see. So all the values it is fetching, right? Now we will see some more methods available in the select class. So here you will see, I'll just write s1 dot get fast selected options, right? So here you can see fast selected options. So what this fast selected options will do? So this method will return the fast selected option of the drop down. So if it is a single select drop down, this method will return the selected value of the drop down. But if it is a multi select drop down, then this method will return the fast selected value of the drop down. Okay. Similarly, we have one more method s1 dot get, you can see all selected options, right. So if it is a multi-select drop down, it will return the all selected options. Okay. So basically this method is used to return all selected options of the drop down. Okay. Similarly, we have some more methods like deselectAll, deselectByIndex, deselectByValue, deselectByVisibleText. So all these methods you can again use in the multi-select format. So if I'll show you here, you can just write s1 dot deselectAll. Okay. So what this deselectAll method will do? It will clear all the selected entries of the drop down. Okay. So if there are few options already selected in a drop down, you can deselect all the options using the method deselectAll. So for example, in a drop down you have selected few options like 2-3 options you have already selected, you want to clear it all, so you can use this deselectAll method. Similarly, we have one more method available, s1 dot deselectByIndex. So we have seen, right, how we are selecting by index. So similarly here you can deselect by index in a, when you have some multiple selections, you want to deselect something. Similarly, we can use deselect by value. All these methods are similar how we saw in select. So we selected something, here we are deselecting. The another method is select by visible text. Again you can pass the exact text here, here you can pass the value. Okay. So all these methods are available for the select class, so you can use all these methods. So that's how you can use all these methods to handle your drop down functionality. I hope this video is helpful for you. Thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to explain it. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.